Hi there everyone. Today we're going to be making Dutch meatballs and we're going to be doing that in just a minute. Hi YouTube fans. So today we're going to be making Dutch meatballs. And as I've told you in some of my other tutorials, cooking tutorials, we don't eat a lot of beef in my house, so I used ground pork, and it's still partially frozen, but I'm gonna take my ground pork, put it in a nice big bowl, okay. Oh, it's still quite frozen. So I'm just gonna break that up. Now this is a dish that my mother-in-law makes on occasion. She does not make it very often because it's kind of a heart attack on a plate. And there's heart issues in our family. But it's something that we enjoy, and since I use pork and I've started using a lot of homemade ingredients, it's not quite as bad for you, at least that's what I tell myself, as the version she might have made when we were just newly married. So, holy Hannah banana, this is really cold. So let's break up our pork. There we go. I might just nuke this for a minute to thaw it the rest of the way. My goodness, that is cold. Holy cow. But it is coming apart, so it must have been mostly thawed. There we go. Okay, actually, do you think I'm going to give this just a minute? Take a little bit of the coolness out, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I gave it a few seconds in the microwave just to take that really cold snap out of it. So we're just breaking up the ground pork. Now I'm using a family size package of ground pork. Because there are 5 of us that are eating, so of course we want to have lots. And these meatballs, they're always a hit as leftovers too, so sometimes we freeze them. You just can use them for all kinds of things. Okay, so to make my meatball mixture, I've got my ground pork. And since it's a family size, I'm going to go 2 eggs, okay? So 1, 2 eggs. Put those aside. I'm going to do a cup of oatmeal. I always put oatmeal in instead of breadcrumbs because my family has some gluten issues. So I use oatmeal rather than breadcrumbs. So I did 1 cup of oatmeal. Then I usually put some barbecue sauce. I just usually eyeball it, but I'm gonna say a 1/4 cup. Okay. And then I use some Mrs. Dash I use this instead of salt and pepper. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons worth, and it just gives a nice taste to the meatballs. Then I'm gonna mix all that up, and I just use my hands. I get right in there. It's kind of fun playing with the ooey gooey. I get it mixed really, really well, and any of those frozen parts I just give a squish and get into that. Ooh, it's quite cold. I guess that's to be expected if it's still partially frozen. So I get that nice and mixed up. There we go. Okay. Nice and mixed. And I really give it a good mix, especially when it's partially frozen like this, because I want to get those eggs and that sauce and the Mrs. Dash all into everything. So I give it a nice stir. Okay. Now, this is where it goes a little bit sideways. And again, like I said, this is a favorite in my family. So you may think it's crazy, but it's really delicious. So here we go. I'm gonna wash up quickly. Okay. Now, the next step of this is, we're gonna just put that to the side here. You need bacon and you need pickles. So I make my own pickles. I have a video on those pickles. I can put it in a link below. And then I use my glass cake pans to put my meatballs in. Okay, so we're gonna need a knife for our pickles. Now, I'll probably get 18 meatballs out of this. They're fairly big meatballs. So I'm gonna take our pickles. Ooh, cold. Take our pickles and I'm going to cut them in half or in thirds, whichever. Okay, so I'm going to need, we'll go like that. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. We're going to have to open the other jar. These pickles are refrigerator pickles, that's why they're not sealed, if you're wondering. And like I said, I'll leave the link below. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Here, we'll go like this. Some of these will go like that. And next, we're gonna make the meatball around the pickle. So, let's open our bacon. So we've got our pickles, we've got bacon, and we've got our meatball meat mixture. So, I'm just going to give that another little stir here because part of it is still frozen. So, here we Okay, so we take some meat mixture and we're gonna make it almost like a patty. We're gonna take a piece of pickle, put the meat around it. I'm gonna take a little more meat than that. So there we go, we put the meat around it. Then we take a piece of bacon. You know what, I'm gonna cut this bacon. I'm gonna cut it in half. It's quite a thick bacon. Look at how thick that is. Anyway, so you take your bacon, you wrap it around your meatball, and you put it in your pan. See that? And we're just gonna fill up the pan with meatballs. So, a little bit of meat mixture. We're gonna take our pickle. This one I'm doubling up because it was just little. Make it into a ball. Put our bacon around it and put it in the pan. And we're gonna do this until we've filled the whole pan. I'll meet you back after I'm done that. Hi there, so we're back again. I have 2 left to do. I'm just going to show you again how we do that. We take some of our meatball mixture. We take a pickle. That's right, you heard me, a pickle. Put it in the middle. Create our meatball around that. Now this bacon is very thick. Normally I use a thinner bacon. So I'm not able to get all the way around my meatball. Usually I can. But we're just doing it so that we're going part way around. And then with our last meatball here, maybe I can, no, I think this will just be one big meatball. So, take the last of our pickle, put it in, see? And then we put this around. Now people that we've shared this recipe with have tried different combinations rather than pickles. They've tried peppers or cheese, but we've always done the pickles. So there you have it. We have 2 beautiful pans of our Dutch meatballs. Now I put this in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I cook it for about an hour. It might be a bit longer with this really thick bacon, and then I serve it with veggies and a salad, and there we go. And when I said we have gluten issues, you may have noticed that my oatmeal was just normal oatmeal. It wasn't the gluten-free oatmeal. We're not celiac disease or anything like that. We just have some challenges with too much gluten. So we just cut back where we can. So there you have it, 450 degrees for an hour. It will have a lot of grease around it. So what I usually do is just plunk them out and serve them on a different platter. But they are delish. So hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll put some of my other cooking videos in a link below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.